Hey Fosters, Sarah, one of your foster coordinators here, and this is my resident dog, Jessie. And we're going to talk to you a little bit today about all things related to the crate. So, why it's important, um, why it is really the safest option in almost every case, and also just some ideas and techniques for working on getting your foster dog used to the crate. So now, when Jessie first came to rescue, she's originally an out of the cold dog. She's from North Dakota. She did not like the crate one bit. She was able to break herself out of a wire crate. I still don't really know how. She would rip up the blanket that I put over the top or like pull it in through the bars. And now she does not have any trouble being crated at all. So it's also a testament to it sometimes just takes time, and these dogs maybe have not had the opportunity to learn these skills yet, and that's where you come in. So being able to crate your dog is really, really important, and that's why we ask fosters to do it. Number one, it's going to help keep your dog safe, because if you can't be supervising them, you don't know if they're going to be able to get into the garbage can and eat something that will cause an obstruction, or chew on something that is toxic to them, or any of those types of things. So it's helping to keep the dog safe first and foremost. Secondly, it's going to also help keep your home safe, because you can't be looking when you're leaving the home, or if you're busy with a task and you're not paying attention. It really can be a pretty short period of time where a dog can get into something that they shouldn't, or perhaps have an accident somewhere in your house, or cause some sort of damage by chewing or scratching or any of those types of things. So it's for the dog, but it's also for your own home to help minimize any damage and keep everything safe there as well. Not every adoptive family is going to use a crate, but if they are, how amazing to get them started on those skills right away when they get to your home. This is the way it works at my house. Every foster dog gets used to their crate. They get fed meals in their crate so that it becomes a positive space. And some dogs take to it quicker than others. But I'm going to show you with Jessie some suggestions of ways that you can help. Now, I also want to mention this crate behind me. This is a Roughlin kennel, and this is my own personal crate. These are pretty heavy duty, and if you have a dog who is struggling with being contained by a crate, Coco's Heart does own some of these types of kennels, and the coordinators and Ashley Larson, our behavioral support coordinator, we can help you get access to one if we feel that we've exhausted our other options. But my recommendation would be, if you are not sure how your dog's going to do in a crate, start with a plastic crate, just like a nice sturdy hard plastic crate. Again, this is a Roughlin, so this is a specialty kind. But really, we have lots of those sturdy plastic crates available for fosters to use. All right, are you ready, Bean? So we're going to show you ways that you can work on being crated. Now, she and I have worked on this a lot. Hey, come here. But I'm going to show you as if this were a new foster dog. She also knows that I have treats in my pocket, and therefore that is the most important thing in her life right now. Sit. So I'm going to put a slip lead on, and I use, when I teach a dog to go into a crate, I use the word kennel. That's just the word that makes sense in my own head. If you want to use crate, or if you want to use kennel up, or my parents is super adorable, they tell their dog, go in your house, and she does. So whatever words you use, it doesn't really matter. You'll just hear me using kennel because that's what I'm used to. So I'm going to I have yummy treats in my hand, and I'm going to bring over kennel. I throw the treat in, she goes in. Yes, good girl. Okay. And then I have a release word for when she comes out. That's very good. Come here. Now, if I were to try, Jessie, kennel. If I were to try to send her in the kennel and she refused, that's where the leash comes in. Okay. Sit. Because I can give her a gentle little direction with the leash and reinforce, nope, I want you kennel. Okay. Sit. Yes. So sometimes she gets the treat when she's in, sometimes she doesn't. The other thing you can do is to start building up with length of time that a dog is crated. So I'll have her go in, and then I will have the door shut for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. She doesn't get to decide when she comes out. Okay, good, sit, sit, yes. Kennel. So sometimes I might just hold it closed, sometimes I might actually latch it closed, and I might stay here. Or, let's say we were working up to a little bit longer period of time. Maybe I would get up, I would walk away somewhere, and then come back. If the dog is putting up a fuss, if they're scratching, if they're barking, if they're doing that kind of stuff, as much as possible, we actually don't want to release them at that point, because we don't want them to learn that that's going to get them the outcome that they want. What we want them to learn is, when I'm calm, I get what I want. Good girl. I know you're looking for more snacks, aren't you? Yes. Come here. Sit. Kennel. Yes. So you saw that time she didn't want to go in because I didn't throw the treat in, and I reminded her, like, nope, I asked you kennel, you go in there. Okay. Good girl. As I said, feeding meals in the crate is huge. It's going to be a really good way for them to get into a routine of going in, and for them to get something yummy and something they like when they're in there. Some dogs respond really well to having, come here, you goober. Some dogs respond really well to having, let's say, a peanut butter Kong, or a certain toy that they really like a chew hard bone type of toy. And maybe they only get that when they're in their crate, so that it makes it even more of a really positive experience. And one other thing I want to mention is, before you know how your dog is going to do in the crate, at least for me personally, I don't put any towels, blankets, any of that stuff in there for the first maybe day or two, because if they are going to be a chewer or a ripper, we really don't want them to be accidentally ingesting any of that stuff. So until I discover if the dog is going to be eating their own blankets, they don't get any, and that's okay for a day or two. Again, think about how much of an upgrade it is for them based on where they came from to being in your warm, cozy home and getting treats. Right. So there's just a little bit of overview about crating. We do it for safety of the dog, we do it for safety of your home, we do it for continued building of skills and training for when they're adopted, and just a little bit of an idea of how to get you started on that training. Thanks for watching.